My family banned me from my parents' 65th wedding anniversary, calling me too dramatic and saying it was easier without me, so I took a solo trip to Scotland and let them destroy themselves. My name is Stella, I'm 40 years old, and until recently I was the invisible glue holding my family together. I was never the loud one, never the favorite, never the problem child, but somehow I became the unpaid assistant, the fixer, the planner, the emotional buffer. Every birthday, every holiday, every anniversary, I was the one making lists, calling vendors, smoothing arguments, reminding everyone to smile for photos. I didn't ask for credit, I just wanted peace, and for years, I thought that was enough. Before I continue this story, please drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know how far this story has traveled. So when my mother called me 3 weeks before my parents' 65th wedding anniversary and told me I was not invited, I honestly thought it was a joke. She said it calmly, almost sweetly, that the family had decided it would be easier without me. She used words like controlling, overbearing, too involved. I stood there holding my phone, my chest tight, listening as she explained that my sister Ella would be taking over the planning and that I should just relax for once. 65 years of marriage, and suddenly I was the problem. I felt humiliated, shocked, and deeply betrayed. This was the same woman who used to call me at midnight to fix seating charts, the same family who panicked if I didn't answer my phone during events. But now I was being erased, quietly and conveniently. I cried that night, not loudly, just the kind of crying where your throat burns and your heart feels hollow. Then something strange happened. The sadness slowly turned into clarity. Instead of begging, instead of fighting, instead of showing up anyway like they probably expected, I booked a solo trip to Scotland. I told no one except my Aunt Patricia and my cousin Mark. If I was going to be excluded, I would exclude myself completely. I packed light, booked a cozy guest house, and left the country while my family prepared for their perfect celebration without me. Scotland was cold, quiet, and beautiful. Stone streets, foggy mornings, warm soup in small cafes. I posted photos on social media, cliffs, old castles, plates of food I didn't have to cook for anyone else. Friends commented with heart emojis and messages about how brave I was. My cousin Mark wrote that he was proud of me. Aunt Patricia sent long voice notes telling me to breathe and enjoy myself. Then the texts from my parents started. At first, my mom accused me of being dramatic, selfish, embarrassing the family by posting vacation photos instead of supporting them. Then the tone changed. She asked why I wasn't answering calls, why I wasn't checking in, why I didn't care about family anymore. My father left short voicemails saying we needed to talk. Ella sent a message saying I was ruining everything by abandoning them. My brother Elijah just sent question marks, like he didn't even know what he wanted. I ignored them all, and for the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilty. 3 days into my trip, Aunt Patricia called me late at night. Her voice was shaking, half laughter, half disbelief. She told me the anniversary party had become the meltdown of the year. Ella, who insisted she didn't need my help, had messed up almost every detail. The caterer arrived 2 hours late. The music playlist was inappropriate, loud club songs mixed with random gospel tracks. There wasn't enough wine. People were arguing over glasses. The cake looked beautiful but tasted awful, dry, overly sweet, completely wrong. Then things got worse. My brother Elijah, drunk and angry, started arguing with my father about the will, right there in front of guests. Accusations flew, voices rose, and my mother burst into tears. Chairs were knocked over. Guests started leaving early. Someone whispered that the party felt cursed. Aunt Patricia said she stood up and told everyone that maybe this was what happens when you mistreat the person who's been holding everything together. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry, so I did both. The next morning, my phone exploded. Missed calls, voicemails, long texts filled with panic. My mom begged me to come back and fix things. Ella said she was overwhelmed and didn't realize how hard everything was. My dad asked if we could talk privately. Elijah left a message blaming everyone but himself. I listened to none of it. I blocked my mom, Ella, and Elijah. I needed silence more than explanations. A day later, Aunt Patricia called again. She told me that during a tense family gathering, Uncle Joseph stood up and said something that made the room go quiet. He said the disaster could have been avoided if Stella had been there. He called me the grace of the family, the one who gave and gave until there was nothing left. No one argued with him. My mother apparently cried harder. That should have made me feel powerful, but what I felt instead was peace. I extended my trip. I explored small towns, sat by lakes, ate slowly without rushing to serve anyone else. I stopped waking up with anxiety. I started sleeping through the night. When my mom tried reaching out through other relatives, planning a family meeting to apologize and reset everything, I sent one message and only one. I said I was out of the family for good, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. The real revenge didn't happen in one dramatic moment. It unfolded quietly. Without me, my family started turning on each other. Ella became resentful that no one appreciated her effort. Elijah pushed harder about the will, causing deeper rifts. My parents realized too late that the person they labeled controlling was actually the only one preventing chaos. Holidays became smaller, colder. Invitations stopped feeling joyful. Meanwhile, I built a life where I wasn't invisible. From Scotland, I made decisions just for myself. I stopped being the emergency contact for grown adults who never showed up for me. I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't confrontation, it's absence. Letting people face the consequences of how they treated you, while you choose peace, freedom, and finally, yourself. Please like, share and subscribe for more stories. Thank you.